Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Wednesday, February 28, 2024, a little after 3:15 p.m. Eastern. We'll be having a time for change call tonight at around 9 p.m. Eastern. We're going to talk about brass nails and tacks of the financial transition of the planet and some other things. There is no reaching the self. If self were to be reached, it would mean that the self is not here and now, and that it is yet to be obtained from Mana Maharishi. We know, at least most of us know, whatever we focus our attention on is what grows and expands into our lives, no matter what it is, good, bad, or indifferent. So if you take a magnifying glass, imagine that's your mind, and it intensifies and brings things closer, right? Whatever object is under its penetrating gaze. So when we're 100% committed to directing our mind's energy towards one specific thing in our lives, no matter what it is, all of that energy in this universe flows in that one direction. And one might say, well, how is that possible? Right? The universe is so massive. You gotta remember, you're the universe. The universe is you. There's an enormous gold mine of power found in directing one's attention in one direction. What is that one thing that you want to create more than anything else in your life? There's, oh man, if you ask somebody what is that one thing, a lot won't answer immediately because they say they never thought about that. They will need time to think about that. We all want to be happy, feel abundant, free, have a deep inner peace, right? Yet, what do we think that we specifically have to do to obtain these experiences? Can we deeply relax and love our lives only after we're financially free? Bought our dream home, lost 10 kilos, and transcended all our fears? Or is it possible for us to enjoy the sweetness of our lives every breath along the way? You may find that you don't have to let go of anything to achieve anything special or work towards reaching any big goal in order to be ridiculously happy. There is only one basic thing that you need to practice. Keep your mind focused on what you want and off of what you don't want. It's really that. It's simple, right? It's simple. But it is challenging for a lot of us because of our conditioning and programming. We kind of seep over back into focusing on the things we don't want to have happen, the things we don't want in our lives. One way to redirect it is to get in the habit of saying, I don't care to have that happen. Period. That shifts the frequency. I don't care to have that happen. A lot of us don't think about the words or the thoughts that we generate. Now, when you vocalize things, could be to yourself or others, it grows exponentially. In other words, its impact is much more powerful. Like when you say thank you to yourself, or when you verbalize thank you, much vibration frequency is much higher, of course. When you look around, the mind's calculating and working, and you've got this and that, and the brain's operating, and you're seeing this and hearing this, tasting this, smelling that, and it's all going on all around you. It's fascinating to see what miraculous creations will appear when we slightly adjust our relationship with our mind. When we are constantly directing our mind's attention to dwelling on the thoughts, feelings, and experiences we want, we become more creative, intuitive, confident. We cannot feel powerless, weak, or a victim to anything in our lives when we understand this simple secret. Now, a lot of people will say, well, that doesn't work. I focused on this and nothing happened. Well, did you have doubt when you were focusing on it? Or did you have doubt while you were focusing on it? Or did you have doubt after you focused on it? That's the switch, turns it off. Doubt will turn it off. Fear will turn it off too. You know, we all know that we come into these emotionalities, which is usually, you know, the ego mind plays a key role. And since it's highly insecure and never satisfied, it interjects these feelings, these thoughts that turn into feelings or fears. You know, as like I've said in the past, is that we fear. Some people fear being healthy. They fear being wealthy. They fear happiness, bliss, joy, goodness. They fear it. So when the universe does what it always does, sends in this constant flow of abundance, they put up this titanium shade or shield that it literally just reflects off of it. Now, are they really aware of that? No, I don't believe most. I don't believe people are. Not to any extent. Now, we know that there's many great laws in this universe, like attracts like. When we're at a high frequency of energy, it's a proven fact. It isn't even debatable. When we're at a high frequency of energy, we attract similar high vibrational outcomes. That's it. It's staggering how quickly all of our problems, illnesses, fears, and limitations instantly drop away when we stop focusing on them. One might say, well, that's easy for you to say. I'm going through it right now. How am I not supposed to focus on it? Well, when you know that when you do focus on it, you're accentuating it. You're causing it to become more intense, more damaging, more aggressive. Okay? That's why people who have successfully healed themselves from debilitating diseases, they focus on music or happiness or laughter, and they're focusing on all these other things, and they get in the habit of doing that. So they don't really focus on their ailment. And they see themselves healthy, bright, clear, and happy. When you get a little pain that you don't know why you have it and you've never had it before, immediately the ego mind kicks in. What is that? Wow, what's going on with me? See, that focus is, see how big and powerful it is? It's focused right on it. It's immediate focus is right on it. Now, it doesn't mean that we avoid stuff, right? It doesn't mean we resist stuff, run away from stuff, or trying to push negative emotions away forcefully. We just feel everything inside. We see the bigger picture. And we know all is always in perfect balance. Just like the philosophy found in the old yin-yang symbol thousands of years ago. Just the speck of light is contained within the dark, and the speck of dark is found within the light. We can always find something positive inside what appears to be negative. Like you could be deluged with rain, right? Start saying, wow, this is really bad, flooding and everything. And then you flip at the switch and say, yeah, but it's been a big drought around here for years, and this will be really good. Fill the aquifers and water sources. Okay? There's always a positive, a negative, a negative, a positive. It just depends on what you focus on. We can always find something positive inside what appears to be negative, and vice versa. It's amazing how enjoyable our lives can become when we hold this enlightened perspective in our mind. We haven't put everything together to have it come out from within. That the God that we are, pure consciousness, the immortal supreme being in these bodies, we haven't quite made that connection yet. The enlightened state of bliss is one of the highest experiences any of us can have. It's a feeling of being held by the universe, like a baby in the mother's womb. Totally free from all worries and concerns, and where the body is fully emotionally grounded in this now moment. There is an exquisite acceptance of every feeling, thought, and sensation occurring in the body, as the mind is perpetually saying yes to each breath, heartbeat, feeling, and thought that you have. In the enlightened state of bliss, there is no more avoidance of pain or yearning to seek pleasure. The mind is relaxed, absorbed, grounded within the exploration of saying yes to it all. We realize how every moment of our life is an attempt by the universe to pour its great cosmic, orgasmic energy through us, which makes it easy to say yes. Every breath we inhale is a sacred gift to cherish. And we fully enjoy this wonderful, precious life that we still have. Many of us find it difficult, more and more so, compared to, like, say, 50 years ago. We find it difficult to truly relax the body. Naturally relax the body. Everybody's way too uptight on this planet. Bliss naturally happens through a deep, penetrating relaxation. When we step back from our life and we realize just how amazing this universe is, how benevolent, loving, and caring this universe actually is, our mind, emotions, and body will begin to relax to a much deeper level. And then the bliss state can slowly start to find its way in with no shields to stop it. Our minds are perpetually striving, achieving, defending, and protection programs will suddenly fall away. And then we notice how naturally our day is absorbed in feelings of lightness, gratitude, and freedom. For no reason at all, you will start to take life more gently and feel a sense of lightness about this life. And you start attracting higher vibrational people and outcomes. You start becoming a bliss magnet. You find you are constantly manifesting positive, easygoing situations and synchronistic circumstances everywhere you go. Living in a state of bliss doesn't mean that you give up things, feeding your children or going to work. You just do it all from a place of acceptance, joy, freedom, and deep inner peace. When we can remain connected with this blissful, relaxed state of being, feeling deeper into it for several minutes a day, we will be able to build on it throughout the week and soon find it is naturally happening through us for several hours and eventually all day long. Out of this bliss arises an exquisite inner calm, which deepens the acceptance that you are a super powerful, manifesting being who can create anything you want. And a quote from Ramana Maharishi: being yourself is being pure love. And that is what bliss is. There is no real love until you are that pure love. That's why I always say it's all about you. It's all about you discovering you, who and what you are within that body. Having an intimate relationship with the God that you are. Forgiving all of the things that you've carried with you throughout this lifetime and probably most others. Forgive yourself first before you can forgive anyone else. Isn't it ironic that we are enlightened beings in these bodies and yet we haven't discovered that we are enlightened beings? The enlightened state of bliss is easy to find, for it is our most natural and effortless way of being. And yet, it is so scarce. So simply put, relax into the source of life that is flowing through you and is already here now. A lighter, joyful feeling will arise slowly and naturally and soon take over your mind and body when you can truly surrender to this experience trusting fully in it, you discover the secret to tapping into a blissful energy wherever you are. The more you choose to practice relaxing deeper into this pure life energy, the more you will discover a great stillness within it, at the center. And here, you will find there are no fears, no worries, no concerns about anything at all. There is just this blissful feeling of pure freedom from the world's drama and an eternal vacation from the frantic, hurried, worried, unsatisfied patterns in the mind. Now, can you think of anything more blissful than this? It's about relationship making. And the benefits of making a close relationship with the bliss state are incalculable. For starters, we become a bright ball of happiness for everyone around us to enjoy. We are a walking demonstration that happiness is not reliant on external circumstances. People will feel lighter from just connecting with you along the way. You'll notice how others are spontaneously generous with you. Strangers feel attracted to you and love your company simply because you're vibrating at this higher frequency. In time, you'll see a whole new world of opportunities will open its doors for you, and even material success will bow down and kiss your feet. We've been trained, conditioned, programmed for thousands and thousands and thousands of years to believe the opposite of the truth. Quote from Ramana Maharishi, "Do not delude yourself by imagining your source to be some God outside you. Your source is within yourself. Give yourself up to it." That means that you should seek the source within and merge with it. There are a plethora of remarkable benefits that manifest from living at the bliss vibration. You cannot create a health problem, a financial issue, nor a cold, prickly relationship because your frequency just won't allow for it. When bliss is active in your body and alive in your heart, you'll be having too much fun creating heaven on earth and playing the role of an enlightened, joy-filled bridge. You'll be tapped into a source of infinite energy and find it super easy to manifest anything you want into your world. And just by touching the surface of bliss, this world will start giving us whatever our heart desires. It has to karmically reward us because bliss is one of the most evolved experiences we can have. This universe is forever expanding, and it wants us to join in on this great expansion. It will continue feeding us more of what we desire, as long as our energy is sufficient to receive it. If it isn't, well, we know we're not going to receive it. The higher energy that we have, the more capable we are of taking in all that we can. Every one of us, all of us, deserve the best of everything. That's not ego mind, that's heart mind. That's a natural state of being. Now, many people throughout the ages, they went looking out there for bliss. And they didn't find it. This is an enlightened state. It is not something we can purchase or trade anything for in this world. It's always free and always available right now, right in this very moment. It is our natural birthright. And to access it, we simply become open. All those through life, we build these illusionary walls and steel blocks and bars around our hearts to protect us. What are we really protecting? The ego. Because that's all ego. So we welcome, it's like you're willing to welcome every possible light and dark experience that could show up here in the now. If you're someone who is skeptical about this state of bliss, or it's been so long that you've forgotten what bliss feels like, it's good to know that as babies, we each came into this world as a bubbling ball of bliss. Heck, 9 months prior to our birth, our first cells were forming out of an orgasm. What else should we expect from ourselves? Bliss is our very nature. It is the foundation of our existence. It is the meeting place where our soul and human essence connect. It wasn't until our mind was conditioned to believe otherwise that this connection was lost. So, if you aren't feeling bliss every day, just know that this jubilant experience is buried underneath the busy preoccupations of your mind. And when your mind gets quiet, calm and centered, and absorbed within the silent stillness of your core or at your core, you'll feel the bliss begin bubbling up again. It was always there. Since you feel the bliss begin bubbling up again, since you were a baby, just waiting for you to slow down enough to discover it, it's vital that we realize that our lives are meant to be this fun, empowering, manifesting adventure. Everything that we want to manifest in love, money, health, sex, and our intimate relationships can and will be ours one day. It's an inevitability. We simply choose to raise our vibration high enough to receive it. That's why it's all here now. And by exploring how to open this bliss valve within, we will soon see our desires easily and effortlessly finding a way into our lives. Doesn't it make sense that you look at a baby, right? Baby's cooing and sometimes crying, but all of it. And you feel good when you look at a baby. Because it does remind us of our natural state of being within, of bliss. There is no way to freedom. A way means you have to start from somewhere and arrive somewhere. This is, again, the deception of the mind. You don't have to go anywhere to find freedom. Forget about finding your way. You are already that which you are seeking, Papaji. See, everything that we are is already there. We forgot how to access it. It's just literally that simple. We literally forgot how to access it because of our conditioning programming through the years has, well, let's put it this way, in an illusional sense, has separated us from who we are, really, truly who we are. This is why we all worry, stress, and fear. This is why. We are prisoners of the ego mind. Most people are. Positive thing about that is that we've actually discovered that that's the case. What are we going to do about it? The decision we make is crucial. The decision we make can mean another 100 lifetimes. As compared to just this one lifetime in this present now moment of discovery, self-discovery. You. What are you really? Well, you know you're not that body. You're not the personality. You're not the character. You're not your name. What the heck are you? You're the God. You're the God source. There is no God ever that has ever existed outside any of us, nor will there ever be. We are the God. We are the bliss, the joy, the happiness, the abundance. Where do you think it comes from? When you see a bunch of people happy and just having a great time, just for no reason, they're celebrating their lives. Where does that come from? It's what we've always been and always will be, ever, beyond, and forever. But it's buried because of our programming and conditioning, of which many aren't aware of. They believe that this is the life. This is the life that we were given to struggle. Some happy moments here and there, too far and fleeting. But suffering and pain and sorrow and anguish. Is that our natural state of being? No, it's the opposite. You really, really, really knew that you were an ultimate, supreme, immortal being, that you were a master manifester, that you will live forever. And this really saturated you. What do you believe your perspective would be this very now moment? Would you worry about leaving the body? Heck no. Would you be concentrating on the now? Yes. Because you would know the only thing that you do have is the now. Yes. So therefore, why would you allow the ego mind to coerce you, manipulate you, and seduce you into yesterday and tomorrow most of your day, or every year of your life. We've all been exposed through our growing process, these bodies, in just this lifetime. Where we were told, in so many words, when we were very impressionable, that there's out there is a God. If you do anything bad, that God's going to punish you. Fear, instill the fear. Condition, program. So many on this planet got to the point where they felt like this God, this illusion of a God outside of us, was vengeful and destructive and fearful. It's powerful. Okay, so if you stepped out of line, that God was going to punish you. Fear, instill it. Year after year, generation after generation. So when you hear somebody say that they're a God-fearing man, God-fearing woman, you see the programming, conditioning? A God-fearing people. When the opposite is the natural state of being. And many of us through the training and programming and conditioning, most have spent lifetimes seeking, yearning, and hoping for that special something to manifest before they can truly relax and be happy. Ask yourself, has there ever been a point in your life where you were in that? Where you felt that you were seeking, yearning, and hoping for, something very special to manifest before you could truly relax and be happy? See, for those folks, they feel that some unique experience has to happen first. Well, if this doesn't happen, then they're going to be miserable. What are they going to do? And in order to find real inner peace, feel deeply loved, be emotionally whole and healed, and be spiritually free, financially abundant, or exquisitely happy on the inside, this has to happen for all of that to be. So it's a deep unconscious belief which is causing all of humanity to suffer each day. And you ask yourselves, we have all completely forgotten how to rest, how to look deep inside and feel into the roots of our deeper spiritually and consciousness that is beneath the mind. When you stop, I know this sounds funny to people, but when you stop desiring, what happens? There is no mind. Try it out. See for yourself. You see how even your own mind has become obsessed and addicted to searching and seeking for your own personal thing that will make your life even more perfect than it is. The mind is the ultimate seducer. It'll make you think that when you put in a lot of hard work and effort, then one day, You'll be done and arrive at the grand destination. Maybe it believes happiness will come in the form of financial freedom. There's a lot of people like that. The ultimate lover. A perfect relationship. Winning lotto ticket. Dream vacation. Better home. Ideal body. Or spiritual enlightenment. Whatever the mind is desiring, it thinks that once you achieve that desire and arrive, then its job is finished. The reality is, it is happy for a few moments, and then mysteriously, it starts wanting something else. The mind is so used to wanting and feeding from the fire of desire that it doesn't know any other route to find happiness. It's habitualized. Truth is, there is no end to this spiritual journey. And as long as the mind is in charge, we will never find inner peace. Happiness is freedom from the desiring mind. The mind is a skilled, slippery con artist who is constantly keeping us away from happiness. It is working all the time, like a desiring machine which only knows three things: wanting, wanting, and more wanting. You see it all around you. You really do. All you got to do is look around, watch, not judge, but you take it in. You can see it every day, everywhere on this planet. It's super ironic that the mind is constantly searching for something that'll cause it to stop searching. Yeah. Deep down, it truly wants to be satisfied, yet it doesn't realize how simple it is. It most likely would be deeply embarrassed to find out that all its years of constant wishing, hoping, and trying to satisfy itself is what's responsible for every experience of being unfulfilled. It is totally unaware that when all wanting stops, deep fulfillment instantly comes in. If and when you find yourself constantly entangled in a web of never-ending desires throughout the day, you simply become a desire addict. There's just been a little habit installed in your software that causes you to love wanting things all day long. This is just a temporary phase on the path to enlightenment. Any of us can unplug from this mindset without therapy or drugs. It is possible. It just takes a bigger burning desire than what's on your list of desires. A super burning, hot, flaming desire to be free from all your desires. Can you imagine that? You have to deeply want to find that which satisfies your soul and liberates you from the desire trap forever. Let yourself burn up in this one desire. You'll soon be finding a feeling of real peace that soothes your soul all life long. I'll join you in meditation. I'll return to close us out. Take an easy and slow breath in through the nose. An easy and slow breath out from the mouth. Remain still. Love everything and everyone. Open your heart to loving everything the way it is, exactly as it is right now. Especially, include those hidden, dark, uncomfortable parts deeper inside yourself. Do not take anything or anyone out. Do not leave anything or anyone out. Let your heart include all those beings you've hurt, who's hurt you in the past and forced you to grow. Deeply, eternally love everyone with the most sincere gentleness that you can muster. This is the great secret ingredient to manifesting your happiest life. Become a loveaholic. Be that who is totally addicted to giving deep, eternal love. There is always more love available inside you than you could ever use. You already are an extraordinary lover. Joy. Take this with you for the rest of the day into the evening and night, the following morning. We will return here tonight around 9 p.m. Eastern to continue our Time for Change call. And Thursday, February 29, 2024, a little after 3:15 p.m. Eastern to continue our global guided meditation call. Be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times. Be in the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal gratitude at all times, no matter what's happening within you or outside of you.